Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the new Songbird figure from the Thanos Build-A-Figure wave of Avengers Marvel Legends. I know some people were really excited about this figure, and other people were like, yeah, we really don't need it. And other people were like me, who just said, yeah, it looks kind of cool, so it might be fun to add to the collection. And I don't know. Some people are going to be happy and some people aren't, I guess. That's usually the way it goes. This figure does some things pretty well and then some other things pretty horribly. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just about 6.5 inches, which makes it just about 16.5 centimeters, pretty close to that. And it looks okay. At first glance, it's definitely pretty solid. The paint job's not bad, especially around the legs. They did a really good job. It's fairly clean. The belt looks okay, the little pink thing's all right. And then up here we have a little pink thing that looks okay too. And then the paint job for the head is only okay. The pink stuff in here just really pretty sloppy. The face looks okay though, so that's all right. But the sloppy pink stuff in the hair is not great. The belt is loose and this thing is loose, so there's no paint issue at all there. The forearm pieces are painted, but they actually look pretty good, so no issues there. As far as accessories go, if you want to count this as an accessory, we have this big pink thing, which is a nice translucent pink, which I think is interesting because we got this included with a Hasbro Marvel Legends figure for $20, and it's not that far off from those Tamashii Nations Energy Aura Effect things that cost like 20 bucks a piece. Granted, those had little pieces that went with them and a little bit of paint, but I think Tamashii Nations could have done a lot better because this is really all we needed. Something like this for Goku would be. That's a separate thing. Let's talk about that later. It pegs into her back, and it looks pretty good. It looks really nice. It's going to stand out on a shelf and look awesome. So it's very saturated pink and looks really cool. Definitely could have pegged in a little bit tighter. The head doesn't have terrible lollipop syndrome. It is there. It's there, but the head sits okay, and the hair hides it pretty well, so it's really no issue. You can look side to side. You can look up and down. Really not too big of a deal. A little bit of attitude. Okay, there's a lot, because there technically is lollipop syndrome, but that's okay. Like I said, these are soft, so the shoulders work no problem. They do rotate all the way around because that'll move around. Bicep swivel comes down here. You only get about 90 degrees out of the elbow. And then the hands have a hinge and a swivel. For the diaphragm joint, it leans back pretty far. Doesn't lean forward too far, but it does go. Side to side's pretty good. Yeah, you get really good range out of this. It's a really nice diaphragm joint. For the hips, they're not great, but they're not terrible. You get about 45 degrees. They're a little floppy. That's definitely not ideal, but they are. Going forward, you have really good range. Going back, you have a little bit. Thigh swivel's fine. Double jointed knees are fine. Ankles go really far back, not so far forward. If you untuck the foot and then force it, yeah, it just doesn't really want to go. You might be able to mush that up a little higher, but not too far. And then you get your ankle rocker. Now here's the thing, the ankles are very ratcheted, which is not uncommon for Marvel Legends, but for something that has to balance like this, it's a problem because it does limit what you can do posability-wise. So you're going to have to do a lot of the posing in the knees, which are also ratcheted, and then in the hips, which really aren't, but are too floppy to really use. So ultimately, most of the balancing is going to happen in the torso, which is not the easiest way to do it. So be aware, you may have some issues with this pink thing on the back here, but it does still look pretty cool, and if you were interested in this figure before, I think it's probably good enough to pick up. It's not particularly impressive, but it's not particularly disappointing, so you'll probably enjoy it for the most part. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.